Have you ever met anyone that's given birth at their house? Well, now you can say you have because that's what I did. When I was pregnant with my third child, I knew that I wanted to have a home birth. So I researched, I hired a midwife, and I gave birth to my 10-pound baby in the comfort of my own home. By the end of my speech, I hope that I can convince you that home birth may not be as dangerous as most people believe it to be, and it may actually be a better option for healthy, low-risk pregnancies. Home birth, hospital birth, the main goal is a healthy baby, right? Well, what if I told you that the mental and physical well-being of the mother is just as important as the baby's? And home birth was more likely to result in both. Low-risk expecting mothers should consider giving birth at home because it's more comfortable and they'll be in the hands of a skilled midwife. It's cheaper than giving birth at a hospital, and there's also a lessened chance of intervention and a decreased risk for perinatal death. The most obvious reason that more women are choosing to give birth at home is comfort for their body as well as their mind. Let's face it, hospitals are not the most relaxing places. Being in a familiar space allows the mother to relax and to focus. Giving birth at home also allows the mother to move around freely and give birth in whatever position she sees fit. This can be hard to do at a hospital since upon admission, they usually start an IV as well as continuous fetal monitoring. Most hospitals do not allow pregnant, laboring women to eat or drink during labor. At home, she can eat and drink as she pleases. After all, she's going to need all that extra energy for all the work she's doing. The well-being of the mother is just as important to her birth team as that of her baby. Midwives and doulas apply pressure to the mother's hips, massage her back, and offer verbal encouragement throughout labor. Giving birth at home also allows the mother and baby to bond during what's known as the golden hour. This hour immediately after birth establishes a healthy breastfeeding relationship and also allows the mother and baby to bond. Midwives, contrary to popular belief, they don't just show up with their essential oils and their herbs. They come prepared with things like oxygen, stethoscopes, blood pressure cuffs, a fetal Doppler, suturing instruments, and even Pitocin in case of a hemorrhage. But they still bring the essential oils and herbs as well. They're also the ones that take care of the mess once baby's born. Midwives are skilled, experienced, and are trained to recognize when a mother or baby need to be transferred to a hospital, and they know how to take action quickly. According to the article Home Birth Benefits and Tips, published by the American Pregnancy Association, some common reasons for a transfer include high blood pressure, fetal distress, cord prolapse, and hemorrhage. Being comfortable is essential for a smooth and calm birthing experience, but saving money can also put the parents to be at ease. Home births tend to cost far less than hospital births. An article on the Mississippi Business Journal website written by Megan Wright states that the average cost of a midwife in Mississippi is $1,500. This usually includes all the prenatal visits, the labor, the delivery, and even a few follow-up visits after the baby's born. Some women choose to continue under the care of their obstetrician for access to things like blood work, genetic testing, gestational diabetes screenings, and ultrasounds, all of which are usually covered by insurance. Some insurance companies will also cover the cost of a home birth. According to an article written by Hillary Hoffauer and Taylor Borden, published on BusinessInsider.com, a hospital birth in Mississippi without insurance can cost around $11,200. But even having insurance can only bring that total down to around $6,545. And having a C-section, that can cost about $15,000. And this only includes the labor and delivery. It doesn't include prenatal visits or follow-ups. And let's not forget that having insurance means meeting deductibles and paying copays. Regardless, it's hard to put a price on being able to avoid certain interventions. Giving birth at home significantly reduces risks of interventions such as epidurals, C-sections, episiotomies, and unnecessary inductions. During labor, things can get exhausting fast, and that can make the birthing mother want to give in to things like epidurals or C-sections. Some women, they schedule their C-section early in their pregnancy, and before they even get to the hospital, they know that they're going to want pain medicine. But for someone who was planning on doing things naturally, giving into these things can be discouraging. Giving birth at home takes away the temptation of these things. This was actually one of the biggest reasons that I chose to have a home birth. Under a doctor's care, women are often pushed to be induced for a number of reasons. Women are told that their babies are too big or that they can't go past 40 weeks gestation. But weight determined by ultrasound is not 100% accurate. And oftentimes, these big babies are actually a normal weight at birth. When it comes to being overdue, an article entitled "When You Pass Your Due Date," published by medlineplus.gov, states many women who go past 40 weeks are not really post-term. Their due date was just not calculated correctly. After all, a due date is not exact, but an estimate. There are, however, legitimate medical conditions and emergencies that warrant an induction or a C-section, or even prevent a woman from giving birth at home. Giving birth at home may also reduce the risk of perinatal death. Perinatal refers to the baby right before or right after birth. A study published by the NCBI on outcomes of planned home birth with registered midwife versus planned hospital birth with midwife or physician revealed that planned home birth attended by a registered midwife was associated with very low rates of perinatal death compared with planned hospital birth. Home birth may be a better option for low-risk pregnancies, but every pregnancy is different. From experience, I can say that my home birth was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I was comfortable in my own home in the hands of my skilled midwife. I paid far less than I would have for a hospital birth, and my risk for interventions was significantly decreased. Ina May Gaskin said, "Whenever and however you give birth, your experience will impact your emotions, your mind, your body, and your spirit for the rest of your life." So my advice is to take control, research all your options, and make an informed decision about what's best for your mind, your body, your spirit, and your baby.